In the heart of the city, where noise and chaos are constant companions, finding peace can feel impossible. Yet, in a small, quiet corner, there's a story that holds a secret to tranquility, one that has been passed down for centuries, rooted in ancient Zen teachings. Meet Ethan, a young professional living in the city, caught in the hustle of deadline, meetings, and an overwhelming pace of life. Every day feels like a race, but for some reason, despite his achievements, Ethan felt a sense of emptiness, a constant weight he couldn't shake. It wasn't that he didn't love his work or his city, but every night, when the chaos of the day subsided, a quiet unease lingered. Ethan didn't know why he felt disconnected, until one day he stumbled across a book that mentioned a Zen master. One afternoon, as he walked through a nearby park to clear his mind, he noticed an elderly man sitting under a tree, surrounded by calm. The contrast was striking. The city buzzed on all sides, yet the old man sat perfectly still, as though untouched by the world around him. Ethan hesitates, then walks over to the elderly man. "Excuse me, sir. I couldn't help but notice you seem so at peace, even though the city around us is so chaotic. How do you do it?" The elderly man looks up smiling gently and motions for Ethan to sit beside him. The man looked at him with kind eyes and said, "You've come to me at just the right moment. You see, young one, peace is not about escaping the world. It's about learning how to be at peace within it. There is a story in Zen that can help you understand. Let me share it with you." And so the Zen master began to tell the story, a story that, much like Ethan, many people in the modern world could relate to. Long ago, in a quiet village, there was a young monk who struggled with his thought. He was filled with worries about the future, about success, about what others thought of him. These thoughts constantly clouded his mind, and no matter how much he meditated, he could not find peace. One day, the young monk decided to seek out his master. He approached the Zen master with a question that had troubled him for weeks. "Master, no matter how hard I try, I cannot find peace. My mind is always full of distractions. What should I do?" Zen master replied wisely, "Come, I will show you." The Zen master took the young monk to a small pond in the temple's garden. He gestured toward the water and said, "Look at this pond. When the water is calm, you can see the reflection of the sky perfectly. But when the water is disturbed, the reflection becomes blurry and unclear. The same is true for your mind. When your mind is filled with worry, distractions, and constant thinking, it is like this pond. You cannot see clearly. You cannot find peace. But when you let go of your thoughts, like allowing the water to settle, the mind becomes still and you can see clearly." The young monk stood still for a moment, and slowly he began to understand. The key to peace wasn't about controlling every thought, but letting go of the ones that clouded his mind. It was about allowing his mind to settle, just like the stillness of the pond. The Zen master finished his story and turned to Ethan, who had been listening intently. "Do you understand now? The world will always be chaotic, but your peace depends on how you respond to it. You can't control the world, but you can control your mind." Ethan sat in silence for a few moments, processing the Zen master's words. He realized that much like the young monk in the story, his own mind had been filled with constant distractions, fear of failure, the pressure to succeed, and the endless pursuit of more. As Ethan walked through the park, the weight of his thoughts began to lift. The city was still bustling, but it no longer felt overwhelming. He understood now the true path to peace wasn't in avoiding the chaos, but in learning how to remain calm despite it. So, remember this story the next time you feel overwhelmed by the chaos around you. Like the Zen master said, peace begins within you. All you need to do is clear the distractions and allow your mind to settle, just like a calm pond. If this story spoke to you and you're ready to take the first step toward peace, don't let this moment pass by. Subscribe to Driven Souls for more stories that inspire change and encourage growth. Share your thoughts below. How will you begin to quiet your mind today? Let's start this journey together. Remember, peace isn't something to chase, it's something you create. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next story. Stay peaceful.